James, the federal government has banned TikTok on all government phones, but there are some recalcitrant MPs who are still active on the Chinese-owned spyware. There's quite a few of them featured in this TikTok. Have a look.
What I want you got in my heart to handle, like a flame that burns a candle. The candle feeds the flame. Oh yeah, what I got a full stock of thoughts and dreams are scattered when they pull them all together. And how I can explain, oh yeah, well what you making my dreams come true.
Okay, that's from the account of Tanya Plibersek, who is defying the ban, saying, I don't plan to delete my account at this stage, but I'll keep following the advice. Now, James, if the advice is to delete this app, it's putting your personal security and national security at risk. Don't you think they should do it? And isn't it a bit arrogant of the PM, after he introduced the ban, to actually appear in a TikTok video?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I think that this is terrible. And, I mean, Tanya Plibersek is, a pretty sensible person, so I'm a bit surprised that she's defying this ban. There's some talk that, they want to keep their TikTok around so that they could, keep talking to and appealing to younger viewers. But, I'm sorry, this is national security here. Young people shouldn't have it on their phone either. The degree to which this is spyware is absolutely shocking. Nobody should have this on their phone, because even if they're not dealing in government secrets or things that they don't want the CCP to know about, also the algorithm is just designed to make you stupid and suck you in. So just get rid of it. It's not hard. Just hit delete, get rid of it. It's that simple. And I would love to see Tanya Plibersek, Anthony Albanese, everybody else, follow the example, follow the briefings, follow the advice.
Yeah, one of my experiences in politics is these sorts of subtle dissent often telegraph some future ambition. Watch that space. Okay, media rivals are uniting to oppose plans from the federal government to amend privacy laws, which industry lobby groups argue will have a chilling effect on reporting and journalism. James, what will these laws do to make fact reporting so much more difficult?
Well, look, essentially what's going on here is that the government is talking about, they haven't implemented them yet, but they are talking about shifting the nature of privacy regulations so that the same privacy regulations that the corporate part of a news company has to use to, quarantine, say, your subscription data and your credit card data for your subscription, those would also apply to journalists for how we deal as journalists with information. We would create all sorts of new ways for subjects of articles who didn't like what we published to sue, and it would also give the government far more power to investigate and basically stamp on free speech, just using privacy principles in ways that they were never intended to be used. And it's pretty disturbing the way this has come about, because there's just been a bunch of submissions around it, and they haven't really gone through them, the government, on an evidence-based basis to form an opinion about this. So this is a real concern, I think, for free speech, and it's very worth noting that all sorts of news organizations, across, I guess, you would say the spectrum of coverage and the sort of editorial viewpoints that we all have all come together on this with a really clear message, because journalism matters, free speech matters, and you'd hate to see, and I think that, whoever's in power needs to think that these laws could wind up hurting them when powers change someday.
Yeah, that's for sure, and power always does change.